Welcome to this week's episode of Chingasos Combat Crew. It's Alexander Volkov's least favorite combat podcast after we predicted he would lose by submission last week. What's up? We got a fresh episode for y'all. We got UFC Noche Roundup, Reddit Beefs, Quintet 4 highlights, and all kinds of MMA, UFC matchups, including one championship at the end of the week. Boys, how you doing this week?
Good, man. Good. It's good. Some good fights. I got to catch some fights, although I had other duties. So I'm here to catch up on what happened. I'm hoping you guys can catch me up. But the fights that I did catch were pretty fucking good. So it was a good night of fights apparently. But we'll see what else happened. What else I missed.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It was a great night of fights. I also forgot to include, I got a buttload of Sean Strickland news, guys. Like, it's just been pouring out of everywhere. Everywhere I go, Sean Strickland in my face. And actually, some of the clips are super cool. So a little bit of insight into who this guy actually is, because he's not the dude I thought he was, man. I mean, he is kind of douchey, rough around the edges, but he's kind of a cool dude, man. So I got some clips that I can't wait to share with you guys and see what you guys think. You guys ready to see
how I don't even know how Anton's doing.
Oh yeah, Chris, how you doing, bro?
That's all right.
Fresh out of church with your church clothes on.
That's right.
And
got my church attire.
Chicken.
That's right. Got my it's Panda Express. If you want to sponsor us, we got some Panda Express here. For lunch right after church. Yeah, no, doing good. I was looking forward to this this thing's getting crazy out here in a good way. So to some people, met at my new jiu-jitsu gym, spreading the word as far as like the show, and all the jiu-jitsu stuff end up and out. They go to the same church I go to, and yeah, it's just been crazy. So good times, man. I'm looking forward to this. The fights were amazing last night, and a lot of stuff to talk about.
Yeah,
that's cool, man. Spread it around like you've been spreading ringworm. It's all good.
All right. So last week, Sean Strickland took the strap from Israel Adesanya, and we talked about there was a moment in the fight when Sean was just stalking Izzy, and he was talking all kinds of mad shit to him, and Izzy was like, it almost looked like Izzy was confused, like he wasn't sure if he should attack, he wasn't sure if he should engage, he wasn't sure if he should back up. And Sean Strickland just had this look in his eyes, dude. Like he wasn't even fighting Izzy. He was fighting something else. And this is that moment. If you look at it, I mean, Sean's yelling at him. I mean, dude, it's a cage fight. They're there to bang. Yeah. They're there to fight. But Sean is like, no, man. We need to.
I feel like this was like, have you ever had one of those experiences where like you were just hit the wall? You're like, you're stressed. I don't know, it could be a relationship, whatever. You just completely hit the wall where you're just like at your your end, and you're just like trying to get it all out, trying to just, I don't know, like you're trying to get all those emotions out, but you can't control it. That's what I felt like he was doing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and
a
lot of people picked up on
man.
This, man. So check this out. I found this tweet. I found this tweet that somebody tweeted, and it says, "Imagine being champion. It's the last round. You might lose your belt. You're getting taunted. You're down 3 rounds to 1. Your opponent is taunting, leaving himself open, right? Because his hands are at his waist, dude. Why didn't Izzy just unload a barrage of shots? Yeah. And instead of seizing your chance and fighting back, you keep backing up and running away. Israel Adesanya was broken. That's not how a champion moves." And then I found this post. Somebody commented on the clip of Strickland stalking Izzy, and they're like, bro, as much as your typical war scream from an aggressive opponent is terrifying, seeing a dude that I underestimated and who's rocked me and walked me down with a rock solid shell yell with tears in his eyes would scare me way more when a dude starts crying while winning a fight. That's when you know he ain't fighting you. He's fighting some mental demons, and you're just a scaffolding. Dude, he went straight up.
That is a fucking statement, bro.
Right?
Dude, right?
He went serial killer. Like, there's nothing that was going to stop him, dude. Not a fire, not an earthquake, not a tidal wave. The only thing that was going to stop Sean Strickland was Sean Strickland that night. And that was like,
it was almost like what you said last episode. It's like he saw his dad in front of him and all that trauma. You know,
And
he
then
saw that, all that. Like, you can't do anything to me. Like, you know what I mean?
I'm
I have no
untouchable,
words for it, but you know,
right?
Yeah.
The UFC was highlighting some of his previous fights, and I noticed like a handful of moments in each of those fights. He does something like this. He goes to this place every fight, probably.
Yeah, man. That's not healthy.
Amazing, bro. No,
it's a
definitely
coping
not.
mechanism. You
It
know,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
definitely
his
is.
coping
yeah.
Yeah,
mechanism.
exactly what it is.
It's
It's
just, it's
exactly
like
what it
this
is.
thing that I have on my finger right now. It's a band-aid. That's all it is. So, bros, after the fight, Dana, and I think Dana retracted from this, but it sounded like Dana was already going to give Izzy a rematch. Do you really think a rematch is necessary? Obviously,
No.
if you're not paying attention to my slideshow, you can see what side I'm on. I don't think there's a need for a rematch at all.
Not at this point. Not at this point. I mean, maybe later on if Izzy just comes back and start, because honestly, there's still a lot of Izzy left. You know what I mean? I don't think he's done.
Oh,
I don't think
definitely.
his
He's
career's
not done.
over.
No.
No,
Mhm.
but he doesn't deserve a rematch right away. You know, he won definitely, and it's time for somebody else to take a shot. You know what I mean? There's plenty of people in the division to take a shot. So there's a lot of exciting fights. So yeah, there's no way that Izzy's next in line.
Yeah, I do got a slide coming up in a little bit talking about a possible matchup, maybe possibly the way it's gonna go actually. So we'll save that for
Now,
just a little bit longer. Cuz
now, do you think that as you were saying, like the Izzy was like he was broken and everything, but do you really think that he was broken, or do you
no,
think that maybe because of what maybe his growing up, he couldn't recognize what that was like unless you've grown up in like and you had some of these like traumas from a parent or something like that where you really feel that inside, you have that emotion of you know
right?
like traumas like do you think that maybe he just didn't recognize it and that's it just shocked him like whoa like
Maybe
I've
he's
never
never
been there, I've never felt that, you
exactly.
know.
Yep, I think you nailed it. I think that's it. He's never seen that. He's never experienced that. You know what I mean? We grew up in
Yeah.
some jacked up neighborhoods, dude. I can't count how
Mhm.
many times I saw a kid get pushed to the limit by a bully or bullies, and
Mhm.
he just breaks and goes
Snaps. Yep.
wild.
Yeah.
Like I seen a kid go get a 2x4 and take it to
Mhm.
somebody's head, bro. Cause that 10-year-old
Mhm.
was over it. You know what I mean? That's
Mhm.
where
Yeah.
I felt Sean was going. So yeah.
Dude, another
Mhm.
thing, dude, that I want to
Yeah.
point out though, in that question, Ant, is
Mhm.
look, man, you got to understand, like Izzy was getting worked for pretty much 4 straight rounds, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
so I think at that point, by the time that Sean was just yelling at him like that,
It was already
he
over.
honestly, yeah, he didn't know what to do. Like he was just overwhelmed,
Yeah.
right? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
think about it. When you have such a fucking hard day at work, let's just put it that way, because this
Mhm.
is what it is for these guys,
Mhm.
right? This is
Yeah.
work.
Mhm.
One of those days where you just got your ass handed to you at work. How do you feel at the end of the day? Do you feel like you can push through it and then finish strong? No, you're fucking defeated. You just want the day to be over. You know what I mean? Like you
Mhm.
just like want to call it a night, go to sleep, and then tomorrow's gonna be a next day. I think that's
Yeah.
another thing that he was feeling at that point. It's
Mhm.
like, hey man, this is done. I'm done.
Yeah.
Like, what am I gonna do in
Yeah.
these 10 seconds?
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. I think that that's exactly how he felt,
But yeah,
in the round. But I think when that happened, where Strickland made that started acting that way, I think that just added to it. It was just like
I
first he's
agree.
just thinking about just like you said, this is a bad. Nothing's going right for me. He's not falling for anything. I'm going to lose my belt again. I'm going to have to start over again. And then, whoa, wait, what is this? And that's why Strickland was able to
Yeah,
drop his hands and not be affected because he was just shocked. He there was no
yeah.
reaction from him. So I think definitely that was part of it.
So check this out. Here's Tyson Fury training with Darren Till. I don't know how long ago this was, but doesn't matter because they suck. Ah.
Wah, wah, wah.
That was the worst takedown defense ever.
Yeah.
Hopefully you get better.
Ooh, that's
All right.
legendary takedown defense. What are you
It
talking
was.
about?
It was, bro. Dude, so here's a little Alexander Volkanovski news. You know, we got to bring him up every now and then because he's such a
Oh.
badass. But he was talking about
Mm-hmm.
his what he wants. Nothing specific, nothing in the books yet, but he's looking at another fight at 145 before possibly moving up. Who knows, permanently or temporarily, but he's looking at Ilia Topuria next. And then after that, he says he wants Islam Makhachev at UFC 300. What do you guys think
Ooh.
about that plan? Is he
I like
I
it.
like it.
Well,
like looking past opponents, or is that like really good for a champ to have goals set like that?
I think that's
Hell
good,
yeah.
man. In his case, it's good because
Fuck
think
yeah.
about it.
I'm with
Well, here's the deal. Ilya is number 5, right? So, like, I don't think he should beat him.
Yeah,
He should.
he
He
should,
should.
Mhm.
but it should be a hell of a fight.
Exactly. So it's still going to be a fight, right?
Yes.
And then what's next for him? Well, then the fucking rematch.
You
That's
know,
it.
bro. You know,
That's it.
history. History is
Mhm.
awaiting. Yeah. All right. So I just wanted to bring that back up. Gentlemen, this isn't officially signed yet, but I thought this was a cool stat. So we're talking about Poatan here. Poatan has the chance to not only is he a 2-division glory kickboxing champion, but he has the chance to take out 4 UFC champions in 7 UFC fights. And it's gonna happen because he's either gonna fight Yuri, who's a former champ, or Jamal Hill, who's a former champ, and it's gonna be for the strap, and that's gonna be the next fight. Dude, how sick is that? That's epic, dude. Who takes out 4 UFC champs in their first 7 fights?
Dude, who
That's
takes
like
out 4 UFC champs at any point
in a
in time?
career at any
Yeah.
point. You're right, dude. Look at
Mhm.
how they baby some fighters, and they might not
Mhm.
fight a champ until it's time to fight for the belt. This guy fought a champ like in his 4th fight.
Yeah.
I just thought that was a crazy stat, dude. That was
is good.
good.
Yeah.
You imagine him
Yeah.
coming back and beating Strickland again?
They're
taking
boys
that-
now. I don't know if it would go down like that. I don't know if he would want to. You know what I mean? He kind of helped create
gonna-
that monster.
Yeah,
He's gonna catch him in the sauna. That's what's gonna happen. That it's done. Done.
That's gonna
Gonna
be
catch him in the
Strickland.
sauna. Mhm.
All right, gentlemen. Last week we talked about
Oh,
when Quintet 4, and I talked about one of the matches that I thought you really need to go back and watch, and that was Team Polaris taking on the B Team Bulls. Dude, I remember we talked about J-Rod's escapes from this.
yeah.
Check this out. I'm only gonna highlight J-Rod's match against let me see here. What was this dude's name? Hey. So this is Jed Hugh of Team Polaris taking on purple belt J-Rod, Nicky Rod's little bro. And I'm gonna set it up right where he fucking gets in big trouble. Here we go.
Szynski.
What do you think about them Bulls
really
uniforms?
is one of the top
bros?
fighters out of Europe. In on a leg right away, rolling out.
1998 Bulls.
Here it is. Here comes trouble right here.
Fast-paced start here from Jed Hugh. J-Rod, 5 years his.
Look, he's grabbing that
Junior.
arm. Slaughter, arm bar.
77 kilogram,
Bringing that arm.
2019.
Oh,
But under a lot of pressure,
Dude, he's still stuck.
left arm of his, some serious tension on that.
oh,
Here we go.
How the
Oh
F did
my
he get out
God.
of that, dude? That was
Dude, that was deep.
insane, right?
that
Oh,
that
dude.
was nuts.
I'm telling you guys, that's an amazing match.
That
The whole
that's
event
got
is-
some flexibility in his shoulders because I couldn't even.
dude, that's yeah, seriously. But Flow
Mhm.
Grappling did us a favor and they uploaded all the matches, so go check them out on YouTube whenever you guys get a chance.
Darn it.
Our boy Stipe, actually, this is kind of a joke because I don't know if this is a real tweet or not, but when I came across it, I'm like, you got me, Stipe. I believe it. One day, this is supposedly from Stipe's Twitter. One day they remember you. One day they forget you. You should never forget that when I gold waist, I wrap them around onto he so can the retired to greatest win more so than ever the people. Heavyweight division again. We do so that win. MSG to that again. Champion. Hashtag UFC 295. Stipe Miocic. out.
Isn't that like a Neil Diamond song?
I have no idea, dude. That doesn't even make sense. Like, it's so hard to read because it
Right?
doesn't make sense. I think I got pretty sure I just got dumber from reading that.
Well, I had an
All right.
aneurysm trying to read
Yeah,
that.
dude. Seriously, that was pretty funny. All right. So here's the matchup. Now, like I said, just like when Sugar became the champ, everyone is coming out and wants a piece of the action. So now Sean's the champ, Strickland, of course, and now everyone's coming after the champ. So who's coming after him? DDP, Dricus Duplessis. He tweeted this out like almost soon after he won the belt. Me and Strickland MMA had the biggest upsets of 2023. So let's settle this like men. I'm ready. After that, Stylebender can get a hiding in Africa. I don't want to fight the amateur that fought on Saturday. I want to beat the best Adesanya. Take some time and get your shit together first. You think he's got a little something against Izzy?
Nah.
Nah. Mm-mm.
Yeah, me neither. What do you guys think? Sean versus DDP? Should that be
I
the
like
next
it.
fight? Me too.
I like
I
it.
agree.
Mhm.
I agree 100. I think that's the fight to make next, guys. I think that's the fight to
Yeah.
make next.
What do you think would happen?
I don't know, dude. I don't know because I can't figure either of these two guys out. You know?
Mhm.
I mean, either
Yeah.
we're going to have the most epic fight we've ever seen in the history of mankind, or it's going to be a total loser fest where two guys are just doing crazy things that white belts would do and they keep getting away with it. Like walking with their hands down, chin straight out, like just dumb stuff. I don't know. I have no idea, but it should be a pretty sick, entertaining fight no matter what.
Yeah, I have to. Yeah, I think you're right, man. I would have to go back and watch more of their fights to see what I kind of a better prediction of what would happen.
Yeah. All right. So fight announcement, gentlemen. Fight announcement. And a fight that I'm like, what the F? Dude, this doesn't even make sense. I mean, I guess it does, but it doesn't move the division towards a contender. And I'm talking about Max Holloway just got a deal, or just signed to fight on. Who are we talking about here? Josh Emmett. So number 1 taking on number 6 in the featherweight division. Guys, I got the rankings up on the page. Max is ranked at number 1. In between him, there's Jair underneath him, Brian Ortega, Arnold Allen, Ilia Tuporia, and then Josh Emmett. Does this matchup make sense? Or is this like,
well,
are they just keeping Max busy?
Well, first,
I think they're just
what are
trying to
those
figure
little-
something out because there's so many people that hurt or recovering.
Well, who's hurt? I mean, Brian's hurt. Yair, I don't know what we're waiting on Yair.
What is that
Arnold
little? What are the little?
The pluses
things?
just mean that they could have a fight, but they don't. The check marks mean they do have fights, and then the ambulance means he's injured. So Brian Ortega is the only one who's injured in the top 10. Bryce Mitchell's fighting next week. Giga Chikadze just had a fight a few weeks ago, so he could fight. Calvin Kattar, I think he's injured at the moment, but I'm not sure how injured. Movsar Evlov hasn't fought anybody since he fought the fucking guy with the best tattoo in the UFC, And then, so I mean, there's a lot of people here who I think could fight, but I don't know what's going on behind the scenes.
Maybe they're Max getting to, that time frame where he's looking at maybe retiring. Maybe they're seeing him maybe looking a little older, so they're gonna throw in Josh Emmett to see how he does and to give Josh Emmett a chance to move up in the rankings.
I
meanwhile,
think that maybe they're doing this as another Max Holloway retire another UFC fighter for us, and in the meantime, this gives other fighters a chance to either sign on to fight somebody, or other fights are going to start coming about because of this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
would you have him fight Yair then?
maybe, you know what I mean? Because otherwise, like, all right, so Ilia is not even a definite number one contender. There is no number one contender because they're not going to make Max versus Alex part 4.
No,
Nobody wants to see that. Yeah, Yair just had a crack. Brian's hurt. Arnold Allen's not really a contender. Ilia, we don't know yet, but he could be. Josh Emmett, he's not a contender. Calvin, unfortunately, is not. Giga's coming off of a win, but he's not a contender. Movsar's coming off of a win, but he's not a contender either. Maybe have those two guys fight, and then the winner of those fights Max. I mean, I don't know. Or have Max fight Ilia. What do you guys think?
I don't know, man.
Maybe they don't want. Maybe they offered it to him and they just said no. They want someone else, or they want to move up higher in the rank or something like that. Maybe
Maybe, man.
maybe that's what it is, and maybe maybe. And I'm saying like with Josh Emmett, maybe he's looking for a fight to get him to kind of do some movement, but everyone's like, nah, I want someone higher. I want someone higher, so they're throwing.
You know what this?
All the way there, man, Adam.
You know what this feels like, cuz Fonzo, and
What's
we're
that?
not expert surfers, but this is like I feel like we're like the whole featherweight division is waiting for the next big wave to come, and they're just all sitting around because they can't force a fight themselves, so they just got to sit around and wait. Unfortunately, you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
that's what it is. That's what I was going to say. That man, like
this
there's
is
nothing.
How violent
nothing to
is
do.
this fight gonna be, though, guys?
This is gonna be a fucking just
It's
brawl.
gonna be a war. It's gonna be
It's
awful.
gonna be- yeah.
I feel bad.
People's faces are gonna be bloody as fuck.
Yes, most definitely. All right, guys. Speaking of no movement in another division, we're moving on to the welterweight division. There have been 0 fights out of these gentlemen in the top. I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't know if this is the top 10 of the welterweight division. Fonzo, can you double check
I'm
this?
looking it up
I'm
right
not
now.
sure.
So
Look it up.
So
Leon
we got
Edwards.
Leon Champ, then we got Usman at number 1. We got Covington at number 2. Bilal we have at number 3. Khamzat we got number 4.
He's not even in there no more because he's at 185.
He's still listed.
Is he? I thought they had removed him from the rankings already.
Nah, he's still listed.
That's crazy.
Gilbert Burns is at number 5. Shafkat is number 6. Wonder Boy is number 7. Jeff Neal's number 8. And Sean Brady's number 9. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. So none of these guys have fought in the last 4 months, minus Burns. You know what I mean? Durinho fought against Bilal, and that's it. So what is the holdup? Like everybody's just injured. Everybody wants big fights. I don't know, man, but it's not good for the division.
But exactly, and this is going to be my point, man. Last night, fucking JDM and Kevin Holland fought. Right? They had a pretty good fucking fight. I really like their fight. Now, JDM has been on a fucking tear for a while, and you know that's my boy, right? Like, but he hasn't been able to crack the top 10, man. Despite how good he is, I mean, he's not like putting people away. Like, so I think that's part of the reason why he's not moving up so fast. But at the same time,
fight you in the near future.
Hey,
he's coming off 2 split decision wins off of 2. I mean, one was a last-second replacement. He should have beat the shit out of that guy, but he didn't. Last night, I thought Kevin Holland was a really good test, and I thought that proved that he's probably not ready for the top 10 yet, man. If anybody in the top 10, who's he going to beat? I don't think he beats Jeff. Wonder Boy only because he's old and he got some more power, but
dude,
maybe
he beat
Wonder
Jeff
Boy
Neal or Vicente Luque.
Well, Vicente Luque is not in the top 10.
Yeah, he's number 10.
Vicente Luque is number 10. Maybe I don't know.
I'm
man.
looking at the rankings right now.
That might be so, but I don't know if he can beat him, dude. I really don't.
I'm just saying, man. We need some new people up in the top 10.
I agree with you. But I don't think that we need to put people up into the top 10 that don't deserve to be there yet. Like before his last 2 fights, I was with you, dude. He was steamrolling.
Listen, he believes in himself, homie.
All right. Well, that didn't look like he may have believed himself, but he didn't look like he didn't even get all the judges to agree that he won the fight. I don't know, dude.
Right,
and yeah, I think he won the fight, but it wasn't as easy as I thought it should have been because Kevin Holland's not a top 10. All right, gentlemen, this is Dana White pooping on kickboxing, and probably just because he's a hater. I just wanted to throw this up there. Dana White's not good at money, but he's like, bros, why do we want to do kickboxing? No one cares about it. No one cares about it in the world. And so I got a graphic up showing the UFC's highest gate, 21,000 in attendance, generated 17.7 mil. And then last year's Tenshin Nasukawa taking on Takuru Sagawa. We talked a little bit about this last year. This was 25 mil at the Tokyo Dome, 60,000 guys, and it sold out like in 2 hours. But I guess if
maybe what he was referring to is more so like here in the U.S. Maybe that's what he's referring to, because I obviously, Muay Thai's big in Asia.
The question was the question was asked was, how come they don't do kickboxing over here in the States? And he says like, no one gives a shit about it. That's what he.
Yeah.
So he's just, Dana, he's gonna poop on everything else if it's not UFC. So I just thought that was funny.
Right, but at the same time, he's a salesman too. That's
exactly
his job. Even if he doesn't believe it, he's gonna make it make people that don't really know the game, like you guys, to say, "Oh yeah, no one gives a fuck about that." Oh really? Oh okay, yeah, maybe let me focus on this. And he just that's more tickets.
Yeah. When is Coke gonna talk about Pepsi or Pepsi about Coke?
Right.
Yeah. So sticking with the kickboxing theme, guys, this Friday night. Rodtang Super Leg. This is like ultimate Muay Thai championships with 4-ounce gloves, guys. Gonna be sick. If you watch anything on this card, just watch that. Just watch that. Guaranteed to be like violence at its finest, as I like to say, guys. All right. You guys know that I like to listen to a lot of podcasts. I'm on top of producing this podcast. I listen to all kinds of other podcasts. And one of my favorites is MK, Morning Combat, with Luke Thomas and Brian Campbell. So Luke Thomas is on the screen right now. He's sitting on the right in the black sweater. He's like the dad kind of type. Like he'd be like my dad, like super serious all the time. He only cares about facts. He hates people that showboat and shit like that. And then you got Brian Campbell on the left, and he's like Fonzo. He's just trying to drop a dick and ball joke any chance he gets. He always tries to bring up race cards, dude. He's always dropping shit like that. So he's always
bring up race cards.
You don't, but this guy does.
I do.
And he's always getting
checked. I was gonna say that's Hank.
Yeah, he's always getting checked by Luke. But if you got yourselves a little bit of time, go check out this interview, dude. It is so good. It's an interview they did with Matt Frivola, the Steamroller. As you guys know, he's one of the Long Island boys. He dropped some good, tasty beefs of information. He's got a lot of beef with Patty. He's trying to get a fight going with Patty. He talks some shit on Barstool Sports and other things. But check it out if you got some time. Super fun interview. I think it was only like 30, 40 minutes possibly. But well with your time, and I promise if you listen to it, you're gonna turn into a Steamroller fan as well.
So what are some tidbits, man? Give us some tidbits. What was he talking
I just
about,
told you
specifically?
Go listen to the interview. That's what I just said. Like he's talking about Patty.
Man.
He's talking about Barstool. Come on, man.
And he threw in a race card here and there.
No,
all
that's
right,
Brian
Campbell.
Okay. Yeah, that's Brian Campbell. That's why. Yeah, I'm just dropping hints here. Just if you got a chance, go check it out, man. Last week, UFC 293, Laura Sanko was replacing Joe Rogan. What'd you guys think about her?
Dude, she was pretty fucking good.
Yeah, she's easy on the eyes.
I don't know. Yeah. All right. Besides that, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know if she should replace Joe Rogan. He's entertaining. I mean, she's a better analyst than him for sure, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, honestly, I didn't have the commentary up. I had it turned down when I was watching the fight. So I don't know what when you were talking about, hey, that guy's dad gave him that nickname. I didn't even hear that. So unfortunately, I didn't hear anything she said, but I do know that she is worth her weight in gold, dude. She's super good.
Yeah.
She's one of the announcers on the Contender Series, and she studies shit, dude. She knows.
Yeah,
moves. That's what I was gonna say.
She knows more. She should probably be a ref because she can see moves coming a mile away. So
100%. Dude, she was calling those shots. Everything that was happening on the cage, like she was setting up like the story. You know what I mean? Like it was perfect.
She was definitely living the dance.
Just as good as John, just as good or more than Amit. Yeah, probably better. You know what I mean? Definitely better than DC. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like DC's good when it comes to wrestling shit. Like he loves to break that shit down, but Like,
Anik and
honestly,
DC are good at like being secondary commentators. Like
Yeah.
someone needs
Yes,
to lead the
yes.
dance and leave the
Mhm.
crumbs for them to pick up, and that's when they're good because they add in
I-
that extra insight. Like DC knows the wrestling, DC knows about fighting, and John Anik just like he knows these guys personally, these fighters personally. And
Mhm,
Senko,
mhm.
she's like dropping knowledge, bros. She's
Yeah.
like
that's
she
exactly what
knows
it is.
everything. So
Mhm.
she ties it all together. So I hope they keep her. I hope they keep her, and I would
Definitely.
love to see more of her for sure.
Yeah, I definitely thought that she was very analytical. She was like watching a football game where they're telling you like this is what's going on,
Yes,
this is
that's what it
everything,
reminded
and
me
she
of.
was not really non-biased no matter what. She
Yeah,
would
yep.
be analytical about both of them equally. I think honestly, I would like to see her replace DC and get Joe Rogan on there. I think seeing them two together,
Ooh, that would be
Joe
a good
Rogan and
combo.
her, that would be good.
What I was gonna add was like Fonzo was talking about the welterweight division. We need to see mix it up. Like they got so many different commentators. Let's see Senko with Joe Rogan and Michael Bisping.
I was
Or
gonna
you know
say
what I mean? I don't
Bisping,
know.
yeah.
Like, dude,
Yeah.
they mix it up.
Oh,
No matter what, it's gonna make for an interesting show, and we benefit from it, guys. Right?
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
Yeah.
Speaking of benefits, next week, gentlemen, we get another awesome UFC Fight Night event. Main event, Rafael Fiziev taking on Matthias Gamrot. Are you guys hyped for this or what?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh,
That's gonna be a
dude,
good ass fight.
This is going to be such a good event here. So I got some prelim bangers that I gave the Chingasos Combat Seal of Approval. Mohammed Usman taking on Jake Collier. Because you remember Mohammed Usman? This is Kamaru Usman's
Yep.
brother. You remember
Right.
how he
He's a
murdered
beast.
that dude
Big ass
in
brother.
the Ultimate Fighter finale? Dude, he
Yup.
flatlined that dude.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's
like the Black Hulk.
Yes. Hulk
Mhm.
smash. Dude, he
Yeah.
can do that at any moment, it feels like. So,
Mhm.
yeah, I gave that the seal of approval. And then, dude, this is going to be good. Tim Dirty Bird Means taking on Andre Fiallo. Andre Fiallo either knocks somebody the F out or he gets knocked the F out. But he always loves going out in a blaze of glory. So this is going to be a good one. Let's move on to the main card. Yeah. Main card. I got 3
Wow.
Chingasos Combat Crew Seals of Approval. Ricardo Ramos taking on Charles Jordan. Charles Jordan, Air Jordan, I might add, usually puts on a pretty good show. So we should see a pretty good stand-up matchup there. And then co-main and main event is going to be fire, guys.
Bryce
Arkansas's
Mitchell.
own
Mhm.
Bryce Mitchell taking on Dan Ige, bro.
Yes.
And we get to follow that up with 5 rounds of Rafael Fiziev and Matthias Gamrot. Let's effing go. That's going to be
Yep.
so much fun to watch. I'm super torqued for that fight, guys. Super.
Dude, I think one of these guys is going to be catapulted up on the rankings if the fight goes the way I think it's going to go.
Oh, it should,
Rafael
dude.
and
I would
Gamrot.
imagine so. Yeah, I think you
they'll-
nailed that
they'll-
one, Fonzo.
You'll get a contender.
All right, so last night we had UFC Noche and girl, guys. 3, 2. All right, last night we had UFC Noche, and it was, dude, it was kind of a kick-ass event, no?
Mhm.
Yeah. Cool.
Like there were
Yeah.
multiple times. Like this morning, I wanted to watch it over, and I turned on my TV, and like I normally do, and I started looking for the pay-per-view, and I was like, "Where is it?" Oh shit! It wasn't a pay-per-view. It was a fight night.
Fight
Dude,
night.
That's how good this event was. I thought personally, thought it was
Yeah.
a 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, dude, they did the whole production. I don't know if you saw like the ceremonial weigh-ins, but they had the whole
Yeah.
mariachi and shit.
Mhm.
It was pretty dope, dude.
It was cool. It was
Yeah.
very cool. Then they had the weigh-ins outside yesterday.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah,
So,
it was a
here
good
we
production,
have-
man. It was good. It was good to see that shit.
Yes, it was. It was. So let's get into these bangers because there were so many great fights last night. Agree or disagree, gentlemen?
I'm here to
Agreed.
get caught up, fool.
Oh, that's
What
right.
happened?
Fonzo doesn't
What
even
happened?
know.
No, I was at the
Yup.
fair. man.
Ah.
I was at the fair eating fucking fat ass
Corn dogs.
American food.
What's up? That's
Yeah,
what's up.
corn
Fonzo's
dogs.
being an awesome husband last night.
Yeah,
Took
it was,
his
man.
wifey out to the fair. Got all that good
Date
fair
night.
food.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what's
We got
up.
some deep fried Oreos. Got our fucking cartoon and everything made. It was dope.
Oh, that's what's up.
Oh, damn.
Hey, did she win you a teddy bear, bro?
Hell yeah, fool.
Oh, yes. Now you got a grappling dummy, bro.
Yeah,
Let's go.
exactly. Yeah.
All right.
Big ass-
All right. Well, now you're going to need to learn some moves, bro. And let's start with these prelims here. So it was pretty good. I got 3 fights highlighted that I was looking forward to on the prelims. Tracy Cortez taking on Jasmine Yazdavicius, Edgar Chairez taking on Daniel De Silva, and Roman Kopylov taking on Josh Fremd. I don't have clips for all of these, but I do want to talk about the Chairez fight and the Kopylov fight. Anything you guys want to say about the Tracy Cortez and Jasmine fight? Cuz I know Fonzo didn't get to watch. Tracy won by unanimous decision. I really like the way she was putting her combos together. Her takedown defense, I think, needs a little bit of work still, but she's got hands.
You got taken down plenty or what?
She got taken down a couple of times. She was able to get back up, but I just like the takedowns weren't like they were. They were
muscled. They were muscled.
Yes. She could have. She
it
could
wasn't
have
like they were taken down by like technique. It was more She got out muscled down to the ground. So it wasn't like it wasn't.
So if she had better technique, she would have been able to stop him.
For sure.
Yeah, I think so.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hey, what would happen with? There was a point in the fight where Jasmine did it like a head kick, and you saw Tracy. She reacted to it, and then she started talking shit. And then you see them like talk back to each other, and it seemed like, did I miss something? Did something else happen? Or did you catch something I didn't?
You want me to tell you?
Yeah.
Girl fight! Girl fight! That's all it was, just a girl fight, guys. You know, you cannot get 2 ladies that close to each other when they're fighting for the same thing. That was just all it was, dude. It was just a chicken coop in the cage, and they're just like, fight. You already signed to fight, so you don't need to talk anymore. Just get it done. So it was why did they wait till round 3 towards the very end? I don't know, but hey, whatever.
I don't know. It was just great to see Tracy Cortez out there again.
It was, and then at the very, I don't know if you caught this in the post fight interviews, like afterwards, after the show was over, they interviewed her, and she dedicated that win to Henry Cejudo's sister.
Oh shit.
Okay. What was there a reason or?
Yeah, she said she was like her bigger sister, and she just passed away like last week.
Oh no way.
Oh wow.
Henry Cejudo's sister just passed away, fool?
Yeah, dude. Can you imagine? Like he never said never said anything, man. Dude. So this whole time, not only has he been working to come back from retirement, not only was he working to get back into the grind, to beat Aljamain Sterling, he was dealing with that. Dude, I'm getting chills.
Man.
How do you do that, bro? How?
And I mean, that just goes to show, like, that just goes to show these this level of fighters. They, you know, like they're going through all this, and you have no idea what's going on outside the ring, and they're still getting it done. They're still doing what they got to, you know? Yeah,
hero, man. It's like hero. He's a superhero. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So, condolences to the Cejudo family.
Yes, for sure.
Sorry for your loss.
Yeah.
May she rest in paradise. And gosh, sorry for your family, man. I'm sorry. Let's get into this main card, guys. Let's get into the main card here. There were some fights here that I was really looking forward to. Raul Rosas Jr., Terrence Mitchell, Kevin Holland, Jack Della Maddalena, and of course the main event, Alexa Grasso taking on Valentina Shevchenko, part 2. Let's get into some highlights here. Fonzo, I know you didn't get to watch this fight. Edgar Chairez versus Daniel Lacerda.
Yeah, man, I was really hyped for this one. What happened?
You didn't get to see what happened here? So I got a clip.
Yeah,
never, dude. Yeah, it wasn't. And so before they made the announcement, De Silva was even when he went over to Chairez and he's like, bro, tell him I wasn't out. You know, tell him I wasn't. And it sucks for both guys to be put in this position because that's not their job. Their job is to fucking fight. The job of the ref is to ref the fight and know what the fuck you're supposed to be looking at, dude. I'm sick of this, dude. I am so sick of people messing up these guys' livelihoods, messing up their careers because they don't know what the heck they're looking at. if you don't know Legos, don't go play Legos, bro. You know what I mean? If you don't know submissions, that's half of the game. Go learn submissions, Tyone. I thought it was messed up. I'm glad that they fixed it. They called it a no contest at the very end. So now they're gonna have to run it back. And luckily, both of these guys.
Wait. So why do they? So what happened that caused it a no contest? Like who? That was it
Because
of the
he-
protest? Was it
They
because of the protest,
reviewed the They reviewed after the fight. He
It
went
took a
and he
while
was
for
like
the
complaining to
announcements to come out.
everybody, and then he to the judge. The judges ended up going back and looking at the video, like different
Yeah.
angles in the video, and they could conclude from the video that he wasn't out. So he didn't tap. He wasn't out, and then the ref did make a bad call. So that's why they made that decision.
Shame on you, Tyone.
That's fucked up, man. Here's the
Yeah.
deal. This is what I don't understand. Why not in this scenario? Can't you just put him back in that same position,
Right.
fucking restart the damn
Right.
fight,
Somebody
and then we
tweeted
go?
that. I don't know who tweeted that, or I think Luke Thomas tweeted
I
that. He
said
was like,
that.
if it's up to both, if both fighters are okay, nobody's injured, why can't you just restart them? And then someone was like, well, what, you start him in the guillotine position? I mean, just restart him on the feet.
Yeah.
Just
Well,
start
no.
over.
Yeah,
No, I
Why
don't know.
not in the
I
guillotine
don't.
position?
No,
Why not?
I don't know. Because the ref, dude, that ref didn't know if he was unconscious or not. He's got to, you can't put them back in that same position unless you can guarantee that's going to be in the same spot. You can't.
And it's
And
not.
then
It's not
and-
going to. It's going to be
and-
off. It could just be off just that little bit, and that's what's going to cause it. It wouldn't be fair. There's
also
no way.
not
So
only
stick 'em
that,
up.
like also not only that, his arms were getting tired from applying that
From
pressure, so
squeezing.
it's not going to be the same. So
Yeah.
it should just be a restart. Just restart.
Right.
Yeah, I wouldn't be
Or-
mad at that. You're right.
Unless-
You're right.
I
I
mean,
wouldn't be mad at that.
What I would do, however, though, was if he would have like a guillotine from a mount, then I would start from there. Maybe, I don't know. I would.
No,
I
I
would
still.
try,
I don't think I don't think
I would try
I
to
would.
apply the position before I would the submission. You know what I mean? Like, let's get them
Yeah,
back in the
okay.
same position they were at, but maybe not the sub. Because you're right. It could be he could give him a couple of more centimeters, and that could be all he needs to get
All
the
he
sub.
needed,
dude.
yeah.
So yeah, that.
But yeah, I
that's
agree with
trash,
that. That
man.
whole position, yeah, definitely. If they're on the
Yeah.
ground, put them back in that same position. Start them right there.
Yeah, so I mean, it was messed up for both fighters, but it looks like they're probably going to end up running this back.
Well, dude, I hope so because China's. I mean,
He was looking good, dude.
Yeah.
He was looking good up until that point. I mean, he cinched that up. He was landing some good strikes, so he was in total control up until that point, until Tyone took it out of his hands. Bitch
Yeah.
ass. And Tyone ruined my parlay, mother trucker.
I'm sure that's not the only thing that ruined your parlay, fool. But okay.
That
Aw.
parlay, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. That one ruined it, and then
I'm just talking
so
from experience. Fool.
You mean? Are you
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about like from a significant other experience? Is that what we're talking about?
I'm talking
Are you
about
just
what
talking about
happened
picks?
last weekend.
Oh,
he
okay.
thinks he's good because he won the last parlay, but that's cool. That's all right.
And the one before
Okay.
that.
And what happened to the ones before those, though?
We haven't.
We're not counting those. I'm not
We're
counting
not
those.
counting
Yeah.
those.
All right.
We ain't talking about that. We ain't talking about that.
So we're talking next fight, Roman Kopylov taking on Josh Fremd. And cuz I was about to text you, get ready for violence, when of course somebody asked me to go do something outside. So then I didn't hit send, but luckily I went back and we watched this fight, and it was a masterclass of violence, dude. He was just like, it was almost like Roman Kopylov was Dr. Torture, because he's like, what can I fuck him up with right now? Fucking left hook. What's next? Liver shot, roundhouse.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? It was just over and over. Round 2.
What weight class was that?
Welterweight. Dude, he's a
shit.
motherfucker, man. He's gonna start fucking shit up, dude. He's gonna be
Yeah.
in the top 10 soon.
I was gonna
Soon.
say, is
If
he
he
ranked
keeps
right
doing it.
now?
No, I don't think he is.
No.
So his next fight should be 15 to 13 someone. Should be someone like that, man. I hope. Fonzo, get ready for this one, bro. We just showed J-Rod escape earlier. But damn it, we don't have that in this one. But all right. So we missed round one. What you were gonna miss in round one is Lupi Godinez getting what's this girl's name here?
Reed.
Yeah, but what was her first name? Elise. So in round one, Lupita gets Elise in I think she took her back, and then Reed gets out of it, and then Lupita transitions to an armbar. And for the next 60 to 75 seconds, just continues to rip her arm in the direction that it's not supposed to go. Her arm literally turns to a freaking bow, like in a bow and arrow, but she doesn't give up. She did not tap out and makes it into round two. And here's
it was like a Kukui when Kukui was in that one armbar
against Charlie
shit.
Olives.
Like,
it was like that,
yeah.
dude. It was like that. Go back and watch this fight because it's well worth it if you can hang on to your lunch.
Oh, yeah.
Check this out. Lupita Godinez on top. She's got the underhook on Elise's right arm, and she's just raining shots against the cage. Eventually, Elise gives up her back, and Lupita sinks in that choke, and it's game over at this point. Nothing she could do. But Lupita in charge entire round one, and then look, towards the very end of round two, gets the sub.
Dude, that's dope, man.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was dope.
What rank is she right now?
I don't know. I don't even know if she's ranked, but she's coming up. She should be ranked if she's not.
Let me see. She's strawweight. Yeah, she's not ranked.
No.
Nah, Angela Hill's number 15.
Oh yeah, she could take out Angela, bro. I think she could definitely take out Angela. And that would be a good fight.
Yeah, Michelle Watterson is number 13.
Well, Watterson's fighting on Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh, is she? Okay.
Yeah. All right, let's get into the main card. I got a couple fights that we want to look at on the main card. Raul Rosas Jr., Terrence Mitchell. I went the over on this one, and this killed my parlay. But dude, I can't be mad. I cannot be mad at this kid for doing this, dude.
Oh, they're good.
Raulito, fool.
Yeah, dude. Santo Raulito pulling it out early round one. He's like, yo, I got things to do, guys. So check. All right. Is there any other fight you guys? Oh, I didn't have clips of the JDM and Kevin Holland fight, but I know Fonzo wants to talk about it, guys. So let's talk a little bit more about it. So JDM is ranked what right now? 15, 14?
They were 13 and 14, I think. Let me look them up.
13 and 14. All right. So JDM should be number 13,
13
now. What fighters are ranked 13 to 10?
So we got Vicente Luque at 10. We have Ian Machado at 11. We got 12, Neil Magny. And then now they switched spots. I'm sure JDM is 13. Kevin Holland is number 14.
The easiest fight for JDM would be Magny. That would get him right there, right? But not much. I think you're right, dude. He a matchup against Luque would be fire. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because Luque's not the same Luque that he was before he almost lost his brain. Now, Ian Machado Gary, though, dude.
That'd be a good fight too.
That would be a good fight, but like, do you think that? I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like up until these last two fights, he was just on a roll, and I don't know if he's settling down. If this is the real JDM or the guy we saw before was the real JDM. The JDM we saw last night was good, bro. Don't get me wrong. He's good, but he didn't put Kevin Holland in any danger. He didn't. Did he drop? I don't remember seeing him get dropped.
He didn't drop him, but he did make it. He did discombobulate him. I think twice.
The one thing I don't like about Kevin Holland is that he talks when he should be fighting. And at that point, sometimes he might have like little because towards the end of round, I think at the end of round 2, like Kevin Holland said something to JDM right as they were going back to their corners, and JDM like smirked or laughed at what he said. So that to me is like, dude, you're listening to what he's saying. Who gives a fuck? Fucking punch him in the fucking face, you know? So I don't like that he does that to get into people's heads sometimes, you know?
But they talked
Here's-
about that last night. They did. The announcers were talking about that. They said that Holland actually wasn't talking as much as he normally does.
Right.
Because they did say
Right.
that he's
You're right.
big on
They did-
that.
they did say
But they also were saying, this is the one that I was telling you about earlier, that JDM, he's become even better every time he fights, even this time, to where he's fixed little issues and like learns, you know, the fighter on the spot in the ring. He realizes what the fighter is weak at and he's adjusting. And they were saying they were complimenting him for that and how he adjusts, how he's like he's growing and he's learning. He's a smart fighter.
Oh yeah. And here's the deal, man. Like this is what I think. JDM is not going to be that exciting fighter. He's just not. He's not going to be that knockout artist. He's not going to be that sub artist. You know what I mean? He's just not. I don't think that's him. But he's going to be that. He's that slow and steady fighter. You know what I mean? He's the one that's going to put in the fucking work. He's going to.
Who would you compare him to?
Fuck, I don't know.
Like a Chow Sonnen, just like a grinder kind of guy, or like a
fuck, dude, I don't even know if I can compare him to anybody. Like, because he's not going to be an super exciting fighter, but he's going to be that fighter that's going to always take it.
Because he always just seems to put himself in a position where he lands really clean shots.
Dude, but he's also not afraid to take shots. You know what I mean? Like he's not afraid of that dogfight.
Yeah, his nose tells you the story for sure, right?
That's what I'm saying. So you know what I mean? Like
you'll
get good fights. You'll get good fights. So
yeah,
I think
he's got some room to grow for sure. I don't. He's nowhere near his ceiling. I'm interested to see what's going to happen, but I still think that there's a lot of questions left. Again, he got the W, but I'm not super impressed, man. I'm not super impressed. If I'm impressed with anybody like in those lower rankings, it's probably Ian Machado right now, man.
I got it. Perfect. I got it.
Sean Strickland.
Sean Strickland. That's what everybody thought about Sean Strickland up until that point. He was never that dude. He's
got a point.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Because he was that dude up until the last two fights, though. I'm gonna keep bringing that up. Go look at bring up his record right now. Wasn't he starching everybody before? And then he fought that guy like on a week's notice, and then he won a split decision, and then he won a split decision against Kevin Holland. And I think both of those fights should have been unanimous decisions. And I don't think like it was the judges really. I just think like he didn't do enough to convince all the judges that he won.
Sean Strickland. All right. Last fights. Okay. So, all right. Forget about Adesanya. So this last fight before Adesanya is Albus Magomedov.
But we're talking about JDM, not Sean Strickland, bro.
Well, I was comparing JDM to Sean Strickland. That's why I'm going off of Sean Strickland's record. Unanimous
just fight
decisions.
style.
That's what I'm saying.
Because they're white.
Way to bring in race. Exactly.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay. That's exactly why I brought it up, man. You're right.
Okay. I knew it. Yeah. Very similar. Very similar.
All right. Anyways, maybe not one for one, but
at times he does remind me of Sean, like the way he's just like he doesn't go away. He just keeps coming forward. I think he's better than Sean because he keeps his hands up higher and his output is higher than Sean's. The only thing Sean has, exactly, he's way more accurate than Sean. The one thing that Sean does a little bit better than JDM is that he doesn't take as much damage because he does a lot of parrying. You know, he'll meet your shots halfway and he deflects them. So that way, because that's what he did against Izzy. Now, I'm not saying that JDM needs to do that, but maybe he needs to pump up the production a little bit more. You know, I don't know. I
think he needs to be more aggressive for sure.
A little bit more, you know, but he's on his way, dude. And he might just be cautious. You know what I mean? Maybe he knows that those guys that he was fighting earlier on, he was going to be able to do that. And now he's got to be a little more measured. He can't be
because
exposing
Kevin
himself
Holland
like
is
that.
no joke. He's got a good
No,
jab.
yeah.
He was able to,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
He's long
Yeah.
and rangy. He was catching him,
Yeah.
So yeah. All right, let's get into the main event. Alexa Grasso taking on Valentina Shevchenko. I don't have a clip for this, but I do have some picks here. It was a lot of back and forth. Gentlemen, what'd you guys think? Oh, Fonzo, you didn't even get
this
to
is a
see
great
this, man.
fight.
You're gonna have to go.
No, I did.
I watched. Oh,
I
you
saw
did?
this.
Okay.
I
okay.
got
Oh,
back
you got
from the
back
fair
for the main
to
card.
watch JDM and Kevin Holland, and then this fight. So those two fights that I saw in the main card.
All right. So
Okay.
round one, how did you guys score it? Who did you have? I had
10-9 Grasso.
You had 10-9 Grasso
Wait.
round one?
Wait,
No,
hold on.
Me and you
I'm
had
looking
Grasso
back
round
at our
one.
text. Let me look at verdict. I scored it on verdict.
Yeah. I went 10-9 Grasso. 10-9 Bullet round one. I went 10-9 Grasso
you're right.
round two.
10-9 Bullet round one.
I
Yep.
went 10-9 Bullet round three. I went 10-9 Bullet round four. And then I went 10-9 Grasso round five. And then I rewatched the fight again. And I think that it all goes down to round four. It just depends on how people scored round four. Because going into round three, going into round four, it was definitely Bullet 2 rounds to 1. Because even Grasso's corner was like, yo, we're losing. We're down 2-1 right now. You need to pick it up.
Yes, I agree. And then that's when I scored run 4 and 5 for Grasso.
Yeah.
So I ended up with 3-2. 3-2 rounds Grasso.
Yeah.
Yes,
I scored that fourth round 10-9 Shevchenko just because I thought she did more damage. Like, yeah, Grasso got the takedown, but then she popped back up and then she landed a couple more clean. Dude, she was landing that jab all night. And then she ended with the takedown. So I just thought that the takedowns neutralized each other. I thought that elbow, because that's when she cut her open with that cut on that left eye.
Yeah, but you notice how I don't know, maybe you didn't hear it because I know you watch it with like the commentary down and everything, but I last couple fights, couple cards have been going on. They've been talking a lot about the judges and how they're repping stuff and how they're giving like more points or more significance to like power shots or how much damage the fighter looks like they've had. They're not really sticking to like the technical, takedown, so many points, like jiu-jitsu. All right, you reversal,
So then if they're going off damage, then why didn't they score that round for Bullet?
Well, that's what I'm getting at. I don't feel like that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't get how the refs are judging these just based off of what the commentary is from.
I don't think they know
DC and all them that they've gone through these new trainings. Like, oh yeah, well they're giving more significance to how bad the fighter looks, or
I think they're full of
how
shit.
much damage has been done, or they're giving more points or more significance to power shots versus like not power or just strikes, multiple. Oh, they got a couple. They didn't get as many strikes, but they were more power strikes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know how they're judging all this stuff.
I don't think they know how they're judging shit, fool.
Right?
I think that's a problem. I think that's a problem.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, because they have guidelines, but I don't think they're following those guidelines.
No, they're definitely not, man. Because one judge gave somebody a 10-8 last night when nobody else did.
Yeah.
Before you show that shit, or before you do anything. All right. So last night we're watching the fights. We're live scoring. Frank and I were live scoring. Right after every fucking round, we would text the group. This is what I think was going on. And for the most part, we're all on par except for round 4. Frank said Shevchenko. I said Grasso. Blah blah.
I said Grasso,
but honestly,
Grasso also, yeah.
But honestly, it was just like whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like, because we both thought like, hey man, this fight can go either way. And I even said, look, if it goes this way, I ain't mad at it, right? Like,
you did.
It is.
So here I
Up
got
until
a clip.
up until everything, I was cool. Up until the decision came in, then the fucking decision come up, and you'll
No,
talk
you know
about
what?
that later.
You're right. When
I was
the
pissed.
decision came out and it went to Grasso, I was like, oh, okay, I can see that because I don't know how
Yeah.
they scored round 4.
Mhm.
So that could have easily
Yeah.
made it 3-2, right? But
Right,
when
but
they
round
read the judges'
Even
cards,
the
I was like,
announcers were saying the
oh,
same thing. The
hell
announcers said
no.
the same thing.
Dude, I got my referee flag out and I was like, penalty,
dude, I told my wife, I was like,
bro.
that is fucking bullshit. And she's like, why?
Mhm.
You called it the same. I'm like, no, it's not the
So
same.
check this out. So here's
Uh-huh.
Bruce Buffer walking into the cage after he's got the card where that has the results. And he's gonna walk over here and he's gonna whisper something into Sean Shelby's ear. He's gonna tell him the decision. And then Sean Shelby goes, what the watch this.
Including 7 title
There's
defenses.
Bruce. He's gonna
Now
walk
we'll
over
see who
here.
did enough
There he is
to win the
whispering in
rematch
Sean's ear. Look at
with
Sean.
the decision. Here's Bruce.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
Look, right here.
Maybe he didn't like
Right.
his cologne. Maybe that's what it was. He didn't like his cologne. He was like, "What the
Hey,
fuck is that
Is that
guy?"
Stetson?
Hey,
Is that
poop
proof for
farted,
men?
fool. Like, he just fucking.
Did you just crop
Did he
Dusty?
Yeah. Did he just fart
just
and
farted?
oh, what the?
What if Bruce Buffer walked over to his ear and he's like, "You smell pizza?"
He pulled an Eddie.
He
He pulled an
eddied
Eddie.
him. He eddied him. So here, check this out. Before we get to the official judges scorecards, I looked up Mike Bell, guys. Mike Bell is the judge that scored round 5, 10-8 for Alexa Grasso.
Can we just say
This-
fuck that puto?
Check this guy out.
Si ya saben cómo me pongo, ¿para qué me invitan?
If you knew Mike Bell was a piece of shit, why did you invite him to be a judge, Dana White? So here is the official judges scorecards. Mike Bell scores it 47-47. He scored round 1, 10-9 Shevchenko. He scored round 2, 10-9 Grasso. He scored round 3, 10-9 Shevchenko. And then he scored round 4, 10-9 Shevchenko. And then he was like, oh shit, Grasso's supposed to win this fight. I better score it 10-8 round 5. I don't know.
Yeah,
What was
that's
he
fucking
thinking,
bullshit.
dude? I don't know. Like,
Bullshit.
and then let's look at Sal Diamato's scorecard. 10-9 Shevchenko round 1, 10-9 Grasso round 2, 10-9 Shevchenko round 3, 10-9 Shevchenko round 4, and then 10-9 Grasso round 5. So he scored it 48-47 for Bullet. Then Junchiro Kamijo scores it 10-9 Bullet round 1, 10-9 Grasso round 2, 10-9 Bullet round 3, and then 10-9 round 4, 10-9 round 5 for Grasso.
Yeah.
That
That's
ends
how I
it
scored
in
it.
a unanimous split decision because one judge had it for Bullet, one judge had it for Grasso, and then one judge was like, I don't know who the fuck won. I thought that each and every round had a clear winner, not a 10-8 winner, but a clear winner.
Mhm.
And there's no way in heck there should be a judge that has a 47-47 card.
Now, question
Ever.
for you. Do you think that maybe, and I'm not saying that this is non-biased, I'm just asking you guys' opinion. Do you think that maybe the 10-8 came because when Grasso got her back, when she got Chichenko's back, there was still like almost 3 minutes left in the round, so there was a majority of the round? Because I know that I heard one of the announcers kind of talking about like
When who got
it
you
would
back
be
with 3
10-8.
minutes left?
When Grasso got the bullet,
Shevchenko's back.
Shevchenko,
Well, she
he
didn't
got her
get her
back. It was
until
like 2 minutes.
No,
It was like
a
2
minute.
minutes
It
something.
was like a little over a minute because I remember looking at it. It wasn't even a minute and
Oh,
a half. Yeah,
Okay,
that's because
I could have swore it was like 2 something.
Yeah, no, it wasn't because that's what I was thinking. I was like, dude, how much
Okay.
time did she take? When did she get her back? And I was watching, and it was 2 minutes. 5 minutes started, 4 minute mark, no, 3 minute
Mhm.
mark came, no, 2 minute mark came, no, she wasn't on it. And then it was
Uh-huh.
like sometime in between 1.5 and 1 when she went for that move and she got her back.
Okay.
So
And
even though
before
she
that,
got
she
her
was-
back,
Before
though,
that, was she on top of her too? I'm trying to remember.
no,
But
no, because they were
it
just
wasn't at all?
standing. Yeah, they were just standing.
Okay.
But
Okay.
even before, like, there were other rounds when either lady had their opponent's
Mhm.
back, there were times where they got even closer. So how come that round
Yeah.
wasn't scored a 10-8?
Yeah, no,
You know,
Yeah.
that's none
Grasso
of those
took her
rounds.
back.
I'll tell you, none of those rounds 1 through 5 deserve an 8 for any fighter. For
100.
any fighter,
Exactly.
in my opinion.
Yeah.
There's no 8s in any of those rounds for any fighter at all.
Mm-hmm.
At all.
Mhm.
So when that came out, I was like, that's fucking bullshit.
Yes. Yep.
That is
Yeah.
bullshit. There's no way that's a 10-8.
Nah,
Um,
definitely
yeah,
not, man. That was pretty messed up.
Look,
Yeah, you know,
I'm not,
and that
look,
kind of brings
I'm not mad at I'm not mad at it ending in a draw because honestly, it was hard, man. It was a good fucking fight. A draw, I can see why it would be a draw, but the way it happened is bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I think everyone agrees with you. I think everyone was okay with the draw. It was just the fact that when they looked at the scorecard to say, "Wait, what?" Like that. Now that's the way it happened.
It's almost
but
like
I think
Mike Bell fell asleep and was like, "I gotta make up points."
yeah, I
What a
got
fucking
one.
ass! What a
you know.
douchebag!
But what
Like
I
I
really,
said,
what I
Never
didn't
allow
like,
him to come back.
what I didn't like too, is then when they interviewed the Bullet, what's her name?
Yeah.
Shashenko. And then she goes, instead of calling out the judge, like, hey, you know, I don't think this is right. For her to go and say, oh, well, they just gave it to her because she's Mexican. Come on now. Because this is, you know, it's starting Mexican Independence Day. Don't come on. Like, let's keep it real. You know, let's keep it
the
real.
same thing, dude. I
You
said
know,
the same.
I didn't like
thing.
that. I didn't like that. You know, I expected more of her than for her to make a dumbass comment. Because you know what? I think before you start blaming Mexican Independence Day and all this other stuff, and I'm not just saying it because I'm Mexican, but I'm saying, like, you know, you're a champ and you knew, you told and was telling everyone that they were going to see a different you, that this was yours and you were going to make a statement or anything, and you didn't. Okay. You didn't get robbed. It wasn't like this was like one of those fights where we're like, yeah, she definitely won. Like, this is completely all her way. And then they just gave it to someone else. Like, you barely, like, it could have gone either way. We're just upset about what the ref did, not, you know. So I didn't like that. I really didn't like that. I lost some respect for her when she did that.
I'm with you, man. I'm with you.
Yeah.
I wanted Grasso to win like the real way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think like this is just like a slap in the face to both ladies. Like,
yeah.
You know, and to us as fans, because they left it all out on the line, dude. And there was a clear and concise winner. If you go and look at the stats, Grasso landed way more shots than Bullet. Way more shots. So why don't these judges have access to those stats if they can't decide at the very end? You know what I mean?
I don't know why they don't, because the announcers are sitting there saying, oh, well, you know, they're getting stats as they're talking. How come the refs don't get it?
And then the other thing is, why are the judges sitting cage side? Like, they should not be sitting there, because not only do they not see the best angles, they could be influenced by the clouds. They can be, they can be influenced by the crowd, where the crowd thinks that someone got dropped because of something where maybe they just tripped or they slipped. They can be, or they can be biased, bro. They can be biased. And if the crowd is biased and the crowd is getting to the judges, then the judges are biased too then, by default. You know,
I'm just saying, because I can't afford UFC tickets.
They may not be doing it on purpose, but they're being influenced. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, so, I mean, that kind of brings me to a question I was going to, or something that happened, you know, at work this past week, you know, or after the Izzy fight. I was at work, and so I went to go talk to the IT people about something. And I go into the office, there's a group of people talking about the fight, and they were talking about the whole thing. And one of the ladies that was in there is talking about her husband's best friend is in the fight game. And he's in not as a fighter, but as some level of knowledge. He has the inside knowledge of what goes on behind closed doors in the UFC.
He's a fluffer.
And she's probably, that's what yeah, probably. So she was trying to argue and tell everyone that, or trying to convince everyone that someone came in and told Izzy, you're losing this fight, and that is a normal thing that happens
'Cause you
in the
painted your
fight
nails
game or in
white.
the UFC. You're right. You know, and I don't know. From looking at the fight, I wouldn't say that Izzy. I think Izzy wanted to win. I think Izzy was trying to win. He just couldn't. You know, like we talked about. I don't. I would disagree. What are your guys' thoughts? You think that that happens? You think that someone goes in there in a title fight and says you're losing, and that's what the UFC fighter does?
No. I mean, they could say that, but that doesn't mean that that's what they're gonna do. You know what I mean?
Do I think it could happen? Yeah. Oh, come on.
Could someone have said something for sure?
Exactly.
That doesn't mean that that's what he's gonna do.
Dude, but
you know what I mean? Yeah.
But here's the thing: how much money isn't in UFC?
Dude.
Like if somebody comes in, how much money is in gambling in the UFC?
Ooh.
That you can say, hey, I need you to throw this fight.
But do you really think that a secret like that is gonna be given out to a guy like that? You know what I mean?
Hey, man,
A secret like that, like
if that fool's in there fluffing away,
just keep going, Johnny. Just keep going. Don't worry about this conversation. No, like conversations like that probably happen with the minimum amount of people around. You know
I
what
would
I'm saying?
think so. Yeah.
So I don't know. Who knows? You know what I mean? That could be all speculation, but shit like that would happen in Pride. But that was because there was Yakuza gambling.
Right.
Like was just brought up. You know what I mean? So hopefully that hasn't gotten to our sport. But hey, it happens in college sports. It happens with the NBA. It happened with NBA refs. It could happen with anybody. It could happen.
Do you think
with
it's happening? Happened with the ref this weekend?
It could have happened to Mike Bell 2 weeks ago. That's why that fool's driving a Lamborghini right now. Cocksucker. All right. Well, that's the last story. Actually, not really, because we got one more announcement to make. As you guys all know, last week I lost the Parlay Super Show Challenge. So I have to wear a shirt on the next Parlay show that's got picked out by the boys here. So this week on social media, I'm going to be posting up the 3 options that I have. Help them pick out which shirt should I wear on the Parlay Super Show. We got A, Cousin Ant's old NSYNC t-shirt. I recognize that a mile away, bro.
How you throw it back on me? How you throwing it back on me?
You remember back in the day when we first moved out and we had that Rolling Stone magazine with those culeros on the cover? And how many times did we go back and forth taping that poster to our ceilings? Dude, I remember one time I was laying in bed and I looked up and someone was like, I remember there was like a girl and she's like, what is that? And I was like, that's my favorite boy band. Shut up. So I was like, oh, it's on, bro. So A, choice, NSYNC t-shirt. B, hell yeah, I suck toes. Dude, I showed that to my wife. And she's like, you don't even suck my toes.
Maybe you should watch
it.
Or choice C, the Borat with the slingshot t-shirt. All right, so those are our options. I'll be posting those on social media. Gentlemen, anything you want to add before we wrap this bad boy up?
Yeah, by the way, those are 3 shirts that Frank currently already owns. That's what we picked on.
It's easy.
Also, I want to give a shout out, happy birthday to my my daughter. She's just turning 16. Happy birthday, and also someone else close to me also has their birthday today. Abel Aguilar, happy birthday to you too. I hope you have a great weekend and get everything you want.
Happy birthday for sure, man.
Feliz cumple.
Sapo Verde.
That's what's up.
Oh, I just gotta say, I can't wait to see what the viewers out there pick. Can't wait to see the shirt you wear next, Frank. And I can't wait for the next Super Parlay show. We'll have another exciting what do you say? Like make it interesting, little side bet.
Yeah, we're gonna have to,
So-
we're gonna have to have another bet for sure.
Hell
Definitely.
yeah.
Definitely.
Oh
All right.
yeah.
So can't wait for
Oh,
that.
yeah.
So see you guys later.
All right, gentlemen. All right, boys. Thank you for joining me. Everyone out there, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to follow us on social media. You can find us on Instagram at C_Combat Crew. Follow us on our YouTube channel at C_Combat Crew as well. And you can find us on TikTok at C_Combat Crew. Until next time, Chingasos Combat Crew out. All right, guys.